welcome into the Cactus Golf Podcast. This is episode number 91, pre 4th of July show.
Oh, that's right. 4th of July is this Thursday.
Yeah, sneak up on you.
It did, and it's you know what better way to celebrate the 4th of July than leaving the country?
It's
the 4th of July.
4th of July, but make it Mexico style. Is what we're doing this weekend. So is that sacrilegious? Is that who's the famous guy, traitor dude? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you got extradited type thing you're talking
about?
Well,
no, like back in the day, the guy
as in like before,
like revolutionary.
Okay, like back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Alexander Hamilton.
Is that it?
I'm just trying to think of like people from back in the day. Thomas
Jefferson.
No,
that was not Alexander Hamilton. That's a president's.
People that you said was a traitor?
Yeah, man. There was what's his name, man?
Napoleon.
That guy's like British or something.
British or something. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, I can't think of his name. Benedict Arnold. That's who it is. Benedict Arnold.
Okay.
Yeah.
That name sounds.
I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
Look it up. I have no idea.
Who is Benedict Arnold? Military officer. I think he was served during the American Revolutionary War. There we go.
Okay.
All right. Shout out my history teachers back in high school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He went to West Point. Do you have like the?
He rose to the rank of Major General before defecting to the British in 1780. So he was a traitor.
Dang. But yeah, the guy.
He looks like one too.
He looks like it. Well, I mean, the painting, they're gonna make him look that way, right? It's not like a picture. Like they're gonna paint him to look like that, you know.
He looks like a fool.
Yeah, come on now. He's got chubby cheeks there.
He's got a little bit of a limp wrist too. You see that over there? He looks like a British guy. Jesus Christ.
All right. That's our history lesson here. We got, episode number 91. We got some news and notes here. We got the Rocket Mortgage Classic review. We have the John Deere Classic preview, as well as some betting corner. I had a couple things I just wanted to shout out here. So Richard Bland gets his second straight senior major championship. He got the first one in his debut. What was that, a few weeks ago? And then got his second this week. So shout out Mr. Bland.
Good for you.
Patrick Cantlay, he's withdrew from the John Deere Classic.
Didn't even know he was playing.
Yeah, so
I didn't even
the
see
field's
that.
Getting even worse.
Yeah.
So Patrick Cantlay, he had a bit of an injury, he said, so out of an abundance of caution, going to sit this one out.
For the Open.
Going to sit this one out. And then Justin Rose qualifies for the Open Championship here in a few weeks. So
I'm surprised. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not that surprised Cantlay would play because he's had a rough start. He's had a better couple of weeks, but
he had the U.S. Open where he kind of had his coming back party.
That was about it. So that doesn't surprise me that he decided was going to play, but then they withdraw. So
I don't like that because I put it on like a futures parlay for him to win the Open Championship because he had that form coming in. So okay, maybe he's got his form back, but hopefully this was just, like you said, take out of caution, just kind of sitting this out, nothing too serious. So hopefully that's the case for my sake, at least for my betting card. But we can go ahead and get into the Rocket Mortgage Classic here if you don't have anything else to get into before.
I feel like this is going to be a shorter episode. We don't really
definitely will be unless we start talking about U.S. traders and whatnot down the road.
Yeah, they could get off pretty quick.
But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it should be nice and tidy here, nice and quick. So Rocket Mortgage Classic, Cam Davis gets his second Rocket Mortgage title after Akshay Bhatia kind of a little bit of a gaffe there on the 72nd hole.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough to watch. Again, it was. I mean, I think I saw a quote from him. He was like, "Yeah, I was nervous. I'm human. Like, it was just nervous. Like, of course, like the nerves got to him, and yeah, I mean, he's young. He's a young guy.
You kind of wouldn't think that though, because he's been through it. Like, he had that one clutch putt against Denny McCarthy to force the playoff in his win this year. It was
some
the Valero,
fall, some don't, I guess.
You know, I guess still, even after the win, you still get nervous, I guess. So, I mean, can't fault him there, I guess. No. It was just odd. Yeah, he left himself, I don't know, like an 8-footer maybe to send it to a playoff. He had like a 50-foot putt, I think, to kind of try and win it in regulation there. But yeah, just left himself a little knee knocker and couldn't get it done. But yeah, Cam Davis gets his second Rocket Mortgage Classic in the last, I think, 3 years now. His only top 10 of the season. This was kind of out of nowhere here.
Yeah.
Best finish this season was T12 at the Masters His best finish outside that is like a T38, which is like a month ago. Everything else like 50th, miscut, yeah.
And I feel like we're going to see something very similar this week too with the John Deere Classic.
Okay.
Just it's like someone that just hasn't been really in contention as much. Just to get with these tournaments like this.
Yeah, it was kind of odd though. Sunday, like it was playing like a birdie fest until Sunday. It was playing. I think the best round was like 2 or 3 under. I think so. They made it a lot tougher on Sunday for whatever reason. So it was kind of interesting.
Greenskeeper said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, he said let's crank up the difficulty here. What's the Madden? It's like all pro, all Madden, whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like rookie, all pro, all Madden.
What's the max? Is it?
I think all Madden's the max.
Is it all Madden? Yeah, that makes sense.
I think there's another one. I think there's 4, or is there just 3? Rookie,
all
pro, all Madden, something like that.
Here we're extending the podcast.
Yeah, you gotta give everybody their money's worth. They're not paying for.
Difficulty.
There's also they might have added some or taken away some. I haven't played Madden.
Rookie. So rookies obviously for beginners, Maddens for moderate players, all Maddens for seasoned players, and all pro is for the most experienced.
I was thinking
players.
all Madden was the hardest.
I thought it was too, but all pro I guess.
So Madden, all Madden, all pro.
All pro.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a 4th, but I couldn't remember the exact order there. All right, there's our other off-topic tangent there, but. Yeah, so the rest of the top 10, we had Cam Davis, like I said, first. T2, we had Davis Thompson, Minwoo Lee, Aaron Rai, Akshay Bhatia. Then T6, Rico Hoey, shout out, somebody I've never heard of before. Yep. Eric Cole, Eric Van Rooyen, Cameron Young. And then a host here at T10, Taylor Moore, Dylan Wu, JJ Spawn, Hayden Springer, Nick Dunlap, Luke Clanton, Sam Stevens. So a big top 10 list there. Yeah. I had some other notables, not that many for this field, but Ricky and Jake Knapp, Ricky Fowler, Jake Knapp, T31, Nikolai Højgaard, 66th, alone in 66th, and then Tom Kim missed the cut. That was a shocker there, and then Will Zalatoris withdrew in the 3rd round.
Yeah, Willie Z, was it hip pain or
hip
side
injury
pain?
is what I heard.
Something like that.
And as we all know from the children's song, the back connects to the hip. Or, there's some kind of song about that, right? I'm not even going to think about it. I have no idea.
Yeah. That sucks to see. Sucks to see him go down, especially around this time last year. Or maybe a little bit earlier last year.
It was Masters when he withdrew.
Yeah. So hopefully we're not getting to that level again, because I think he did say it was on his good side. That was like one of the articles was mentioned that he kept saying, it's on my good side, though.
It's not anymore.
It is now his bad side. Isn't correct? You're correct. Absolutely.
He's evened out now. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. He's balanced. It makes sense. I didn't have too much from this week.
Did you see Cameron Young snapped his driver on the it was on like the 17th hole?
It didn't snap. It like cracked the shaft.
Cracked,
right?
something like that.
I was gonna say I kept seeing the still shot from it. You could see the bend. I never actually watched the full thing, but someone commented and said like he.
I didn't see it. I just saw the broadcast talking about how he hit a 3-wood off the tee on the par 5 on like the 17th or something like that, and then he hit 3-wood again because like he didn't have his driver obviously.
Oh yeah. I also was reading the comments saying that he couldn't land it on the planet with his driver over the weekend, so I guess it just wasn't.
He was up there though. I mean, it was a tough time for him to break that. I think. He was in contention there. He was only 1 or 2 shots off whenever that happened, I believe. So tough break there for him to try and get his first PGA win.
I do say I want to give a shout out, of course, for my betting corner for Luke Clanton. He was in contention.
Oh, did you have him?
I did. Remember, I told you he was a good guy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So he was in contention for a little bit, and plays for
another YouTube golfer. Wesley Bryan was up there. He made the cut.
That's right.
He finished pretty low, but he made the cut.
I was gonna say because he was like in contention at one point too. Like early.
I think after Friday he was. Yeah. And Saturday he shot like 7 over. I think.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But he made the cut. Yeah.
Did you see his thing? Like he
told his brother he couldn't.
I won't be at work on Monday.
Yeah.
I actually made the cut.
That's
I promise this won't happen all the time. That was pretty funny. But yeah, so I was happy to see Clanton show a little off this weekend.
Miles Russell, 15-year-old, missed the cut. Had a couple of moments though. He didn't finish too far down. I think
they've been talking a lot about that guy.
Yeah, he's did you see like how they had to make an adjustment to the locker room because the locker room sign says 16 and older, and he's 15, so they had to make an adjustment for that rule.
Really? That's pretty funny. Interesting.
And then did you see? This was really creepy. I don't even know how I'm going to say it, but it's kind of creepy.
Oh, Jesus.
No, so the reporter after his round like Friday said, "You're the only player on tour right now. That's teeing up that that doesn't have our height waitlisted." So they asked him his height or weight. Like, so what's your height and weight? And he tells them, and then the same guy goes verbatim, like this is the quote: "What that waistline, or what the waist, what's that waist size?" is what he said. Like, that's so creepy to ask a 15 kid. Like, what?
His waist size.
Like, what are you doing, man? I don't know who it was, but like, how do you what?
The only time anyone should ever be asking your waist size is at a department store.
Yeah.
Buying a pair of jeans or some dress pants.
Yeah, like a tailor. Like, what are you doing, man? That is so creepy.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I don't know what he said, but it's like, well, what is that? Don't let that guy ask any more questions. Get that guy like in some handcuffs or something, man. What the heck?
He should. I'm surprised if he doesn't get in trouble for some of that.
It's like whoever he works for, whatever like newspaper, article, whatever the heck he works for, and he's like, look, man, let's not do that.
Let's calm down there again. Let's not do that anymore. All right, are you ready for 2 truths?
Yeah.
All right, so 2 truths for the first time ever on the Cactus Golf podcast for Cam Davis. Which one's a lie? He lives in Australia. One of his favorite hobbies is disc golf. And he uses an Australian 20-cent coin as a ball marker.
You've done this coin thing before, back a while ago.
It's been a while.
I think it was like Toasty or something. You used like some kind of coin, Alejandro Toasty.
It was
some like Argentinian thing or something like that, I want to say. Or
I
something
thought it was like
that.
a $50 someone used.
Yeah, I don't remember if that was the line or not. So, he's from Australia. I saw he has a really good like lefty swing. I was hoping that might have been one, but that wasn't a thing. He had a really good lefty swing, I saw. So, lives in Australia?
Yeah, yes. So, I can run it through again for you. He lives in Australia. One of his favorite hobbies is disc golf, and he uses an Australian 20-cent coin as a ball marker.
20 cents? I guess it's not too random. It's like a fifth of $1. That's a tough one. Usually, like I have one that stands out. I'm gonna go. Does not live in Australia. Let's go. Disc golf's like popular. I think I could see.
Disc golf should not be popular.
It shouldn't, but it is, unfortunately.
But yeah, so sorry, I'm refreshing my notes here to track your stats. But he lives in Seattle. Believe it or not.
I would not have guessed that, though.
Nope.
Yeah, that's odd.
Nope. I was going to say Jupiter, because like a typical where golfers
live.
I
guess like Seattle's at least closer to Australia if you're going to fly there. But still, like go to like California or something. Like, what the heck?
Is it closer?
Well, that coast would be closer. Yeah.
I guess it is. I'm trying to do my geography here.
I mean, California would be even closer than Seattle, because I think it's like down.
Yeah.
Hello. Knock
the mic over.
But yeah, I think it'd be like Seattle, like over here to Australia.
Got it.
I think. If I'm thinking about this right.
And so yeah, he likes disc golf, and yeah, he uses the Australian 20-cent. 20-cent was kind of weird. 20. I mean, I know you said it's a fifth. It is a fifth, but
it's still like a round, I guess. But it's still, yeah.
I mean,
I guess that makes.
We like the American systems here. Your pennies, your nickels, your dimes should be irrelevant, but then you've got your.
You know what the Canadian coins are?
No.
Loonies and toonies.
Shut up.
I'm not kidding.
Shut up, dude.
I'm not kidding.
Don't even stop talking to me. It's loonies and toonies?
But I think it's
how are we supposed to take this country serious?
But I think it's like $1. I think like one of them's $1. I don't know which one it is.
And they're an ally? They're an ally to us? I don't even see it. I don't see it.
I think it's more of like we're an ally to them more than anything.
We gotta help them out with their loonies and toonies.
They're not really helping out.
They're kind of a little crazy here. We gotta help them out with their coins. All right, you have all your coins, Canada? You got my loonies and toonies.
Loonies and the toonies.
Jesus Christ.
But, all right, let's get on to the John Deere Classic here. Defending champion Sepp Straka, TPC Deere Run, Silvis, Illinois. Par 71, 7,268 yards. So last year, Sepp Straka became the only player to finish round one of a tournament outside of the top 125 and go on to win that tournament.
That's crazy.
So he finished round one. He was T133.
That's absolutely insane.
And then went on to win. So
dang,
got hot. Got hot at the right time.
My autocorrect, I just looked at it. It's changed his name to Depp Straka, DEPP.
Like Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, I'm guessing. Yeah.
156 player field. Yeah, like you said, it's going to be a weaker field, especially after the Cantlay withdrawal. We do have a couple big names: Jason Day, Sungjae Im, and Jordan Spieth. Those are bigger names in the field here. Spieth, a 2-time winner here.
Oh, sorry, that's going to be me watching this tournament this weekend.
Don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
But likely to be another birdie fest here, similar to the last couple weeks. So the average score to par over the last 5 winners is 22 under.
Jesus Christ.
So it's going to be another birdie fest here. We got the for the purse. It was a little smaller this week, right?
It is $8 million. Current favorite is Sungjae Im at plus 1,400 is what I saw last, followed by, man, it auto-corrected again, but Sepp Straka is this time.
September.
Yeah, SEPT. Sepp Straka was the second best odds at 1,600. Yeah, it's going to be...
Kind of sad that Jordan's not second. Like, kind of shows how his form is coming into here.
Yeah. Even like my betting corner.
Even Sepp hasn't had a good year, and he's still second, yeah.
Even Jason Day.
Yeah,
that's another one too. That's like he's not even top 5 in this contention here. So this is tough. So I do have to say I'm assuming this course is probably going to be the most immaculate. Obviously.
Why is that?
Because of John Deere.
Oh.
They're gonna have the nicest lawns, man. These fairways are going to be pristine. I'm sure of it. Plus in Illinois, at the Midwest, come on, man. No?
I don't know. Maybe it's like farmland, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. The rough is going to be like cornrows and stuff.
That would be actually hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I got a prediction if you're anything else.
What was there's like... No, is there a baseball movie?
Dreams.
What?
Field of Dreams?
Where it's that surrounded by the cornfields.
That's where the outfields is the cornfields.
Yeah, that's right, because they walk through the cornfields. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. They actually play a Major League game there once.
Yeah, they started doing that, yeah.
So
my cousin played there once, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, I think it's a few years ago. Yeah.
That's cool.
That'd been cool to go to.
That would. I think that only holds like 8,000 people.
Probably.
So obviously clearly much smaller, but it would be nice. It's in Iowa, so
tough.
Yeah. Anything else before projections?
Nope.
I'm going Aaron Rye.
Okay.
I'm going Aaron Rye this week. We talked about him a little bit last week. I think you said you had him in a parlay with him and...
I had him and Cam Young top 20.
And I think we said that... I think I asked you if you would have had to pick one of them you for sure feel like would have been top 20. You said Aaron Rye, and I agree with you on that one. I feel like he obviously hasn't gotten a win yet in his career. So he's
not on the PGA.
Correct, yeah. He's winless on the PGA. And... he's been playing.
He's volatile, but he had it last week, and he's had it more so this year.
So his last 3 starts is T14, T19, and T2. So he's been hanging around, and even before that, he's been playing. Even in like one of those finishes is the U.S. Open, and then another one is
for the Travelers.
It's a designated event, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's showing that he's playing around. So. Hopefully he takes advantage of a week like this when the field isn't as strong and he can come through and snatch a win. So I like the odds too, plus 2,000. So I'll take it.
Yeah, not bad. I had him in my DFS lineups too. I played 2. I haven't dabbled in DFS this year until last week, and I didn't lose. I made money, but I only turned $6 into 11. So can't go broke taking a profit.
No, you can't.
Like we said. So, but yeah, Aaron Rye, he was a good one to be on. My pick is going to be the young buck Nick Dunlap. Nick Dunlap, he was in the top 10 here this past week as well. He, after his win at the Amex, he kind of he had his issues, got adjusting to tour life maybe, but I think he's got it figured out now. He's getting more comfortable out there every week, and when he did win that Amex, he won it at 29 under par. Was his score to par when he won that. So he can win a birdie fest.
Yeah.
He can win a birdie fest. I think that was probably a stronger field than what we have. I didn't check it, but I think that was probably a stronger field than we have this week. So I think he can get back in the winner's circle. 2 wins for him on tour this year maybe. So he needs that to get the FedEx points, because he didn't get FedEx points for his first win.
It was a stronger field, because didn't Justin Thomas was in the final pairing with him?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
right.
he didn't get FedEx points for that first win because he was an amateur at the time. So if he wants to get into the FedEx playoffs, he needs to make a push here. So, and he can still do it. But
it wasn't a designated event because he wouldn't have qualified for it, right? Unless he got an exemption.
I don't think it was a designated event. No.
I just remember, he was an amateur at the time, so he didn't get paid for it. I remember this, like JT like hugging him afterward, and like saying something in his ear, and I remember this now. Yeah. All right, betting corner.
Let's do it.
So this was probably the best week cumulative that we've ever had.
This is gonna be our best run. Definitely your best run, I would say, and then like, cumulatively our best run and best week, for a while.
So you went plus 197, and what hit for you?
My parlay of what I said, Cam Young and Aaron Ryan, both top 20. They were both in the top 10, I think. Yeah, both in the top 10. And then I had Cam Davis top 5. And then I had Davis Thompson to win, and he finished T2 as well. So I was happy with the picks last week. So that was good. You had 3?
I had 3 hits, so I went plus 209. So I had Luke Clanton top 20. He was T10. I had Minwoo Lee top 5. He was T2, and I had Akshay top 5, and he was T2. So Will Zalatoris kind of screwed me from withdrawing because I had him just top 10 at plus 360. And Ricky, I had him at top 10, but he finished T31 last week. So, ready for the good news. You are now positive, my friend.
Oh, was I? I thought I was still a little under.
Positive 31 units.
Okay.
And I am down 42 units.
Okay.
So
Dang,
we're closing in.
Nail biter. Barn burner.
We're closing in on each other here, and I'm glad to see someone have a plus sign in front of their units.
See, now we're like cooking. And now the listeners are like, oh, now we can start following their picks. Now we're just going to, the run's over.
They should have been following in the past. Yeah, everything else, now they're going to start fading us.
Yeah, see us get hot, and then they're going to start tailing. It's like, what is it, a roulette? You see the roulette, you're like, oh, man, there hasn't been this in forever. I gotta bet it's due to happen.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the opposite here. You see it happening, you bet it, and then it stops.
It's too late. Once you see it already happening, it's too late.
Yeah, it's like what was the GameStop thing? Once everybody saw it, it's too late. Too late.
Yeah, you missed it.
All right. Okay, we can get back to this week's betting corner here.
5 picks each?
Five rounds here for me. Yep.
All right.
I'll do.
Last time.
Denny McCarthy's going to be my first one here.
Ooh.
Top 5 plus 500. I'm going 18 units for McCarthy here. It's like I said, it's probably going to be a birdie fest, and it's going to come down to putting. Mm-hmm. There's not going to be too much in the way of rough or fairways. Not going to be not hard to find. So I think Denny McCarthy's elite putting is going to be able to get him here as a top 5. He's contended. He's lost in 2 playoffs. He doesn't have a PGA win yet, but lost in 2 playoffs to Victor Hovland and then Akshay Bhatia earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's got the game for it, especially in a weak field like this. So I think he can get it done. Just a top 5 plus 500, 18 units for Mr. McCarthy. You know who he's number 2 in putting on the tour right now? Do you know who's number 1?
Is it an obvious one or no?
Showed some flashes this week. No, I wouldn't say it's obvious.
Showed some flashes this past week.
Mm-hmm. Your boy Taylor Montgomery.
Oh.
Yeah.
He did show some flashes this week.
Number 1 in putting this year on tour.
It's funny you said that because I did notice him. I swear last week I almost threw him back in because I haven't done it in a while. I swear, I promise on everything in my life. I almost did, and I didn't pull the trigger.
He probably finished. What was he, top 20 almost? Was he?
I want to say
he was around there. He was hovering. He was in the mix there for a minute.
I think he fell out.
Oh, did he? Okay, he was in the mix there for a little bit though. I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, he wasn't in the top 20. I know that. So.
But yeah, he was. He doesn't have as many rounds as McCarthy this year. I think he missed some weeks for some reason, but yeah, he's number 1.
All right, my first one is a first time on the podcast. I'm pretty sure. I'm going Neil Shipley.
I looked at him long and hard. I've got him in a DFS lineup this week.
That sounds kind of weird, like that reporter there. All right,
what?
Weirdo. Looked at him long and hard.
Oh my!
Son of a gun.
I think it's you seeing that in the words.
Son of a gun,
your
man.
Problem.
Listen, that came out of your mouth. It didn't come out of mine. So I have Neil Shipley, top 20 plus 330, 22 units. So obviously we've seen him showing some glimmers.
And he's not an amateur anymore.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So, golf for Ohio State?
Yeah, Ohio State. Yeah.
That sounded right. So I'm excited to see this come out, and I've seen I've seen him interacting with a lot of YouTube golfers lately and shooting videos with them. So I'm liking the path that he's going down.
He had this press conference today. He's like, yeah, like it's a little different not being an amateur anymore, but he's just old enough to like go out there and just have fun, not worry about the money and all this stuff and the things that come with being a professional now. So he's saying the right things at least.
Correct. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And but when you're actually money is on the line, is how you pay your bills. The pressure could come on, but I like him this week, especially here in the John Deere Classic. So the top 20 I thought was pretty good. Yeah,
I like Mr. Shipley. Didn't get him in betting corner here, but I do like sprinkling him in DFS. He's pretty cheap this week. Mm-hmm. But my next one here, I'm going to Bo Hostler. So he had a decent week last week. He was flirting with the top 10, but fell out a little bit. And so I'm going top 5 for him, plus 1,000. So same pick as McCarthy, but double the odds. So plus 1,000 for a top 5 for Mr. Hostler. He can get it done. He's competed in these events before. He's got the game. I think especially in a weaker field like this at plus 1,000, I think that's a good bet. And 12 units I'm sprinkling on Mr. Hostler here. What are you looking up here?
My next pick. I'm just looking something up real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You see it? You saw who it is?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about it.
So, listen, just hear me out. Indiana boy, Illinois course, the cornfields.
Where's Silvis, Illinois in relation to Lafayette?
I think it's close to Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think it's up there.
But still not far from home.
No.
It is on the border of Iowa.
Oh, okay.
So it's just directly west of Chicago, essentially.
Yeah. So obviously you know who I'm going with because we're what we're talking about here. But
oh yeah, you haven't said it yet.
No, I have not. So I'm going Adam Schenk as my second pick here. A top 10 finish plus 600, 11 units.
Yeah,
so
he hasn't had it much this year.
He hasn't, but he comes out of nowhere. And he gets the job done. So I think this will be one of those tournaments that he pops up again and is able to do something.
What is that, one top 10 this year, I say?
Yeah, I can't even. There we go. Yeah, one top 10 this year.
He started off the season a little better, I think, but he's faded a
little bit of a rough patch towards the later half of the year, but that's all right. I'm excited to... I'm going to see it. We're going to see it.
You still have that up? Where is he at in FedEx? Is he going to make the playoffs? Is he going to probably take the top here?
68.
68. So he's still in line right now to make the playoffs. So I know he had a pretty good finish last year in the playoffs. So
yeah,
be interested to keep an eye on Mr. Schenk. All right, my next one here. I'm going back to the parlay sheets. I'm going Keith Mitchell and his buddy Sungjae Im, both the top 20. Going back to the top 20 there, plus 400. 30 units. So both these players, Sungjae, like you said, is the betting favorite. They were teammates actually for the Zurich Classic a couple years ago. Played pretty well. Keith Mitchell, he's a steady force here. I think he was a top 5 at the Travelers a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So, and I think he can easily compete, top 20 for this field. It's a bigger field, but again, the talent's not quite up to stuff as we see in some other fields here, but I think he can easily get a top 20. And then Sungjae Im, like betting favorite, top 20 shouldn't be too tough for him. Even though our betting favorite last week missed the cut, Tom Kim.
He did.
But I think Im's got to roll on this week and get a top 20 for me. So back to the plus 430 units, almost the exact same as last week's top 20 parlay. It was plus 424 last week for the Young Rye combo, but plus 400 here for these two.
Nice. All right, my next one, you mentioned him earlier as your pick, is Nick Dunlap. So I had him top 10 this week at plus 360, 22 units for him. And, we saw him this hot start with American Express, his first ever win on tour. And then it got a little ugly until, the Texas Children's, he had a T11 finish, then it got ugly again. And then the Memorial hit a T12 finish. Then it got a little ugly. Then he had a Rocket Mortgage last week.
So he's due for an ugly finish here, huh? Is what you're saying?
Potentially. Or he's due for changing the streak and going one more top 10. And then it gets ugly. After we claim some units off of him first. We're a little stingy. We got to get our units first before it can get ugly.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm going my shotgun approach here again. I'm going down the board a lot here. I'm going, because, it's a big field, not the strongest, so I think there's an opportunity for a longer shot. So I'm going Mr. Troy Merritt outright, 120 to 1. So 12, what's that? Yeah, 12,000 plus 12,000, 7 units, just a little 7-unit sprinkler on Mr. Troy Merritt. And then I'm going Jason Day outright. Not going, but way up the board now. Way back up the board. Just Jason Day plus 3,500, so 35 to 1, 10 units on that bad boy. And then I'm going back. I picked this guy last week, and he finished second. Davis Thompson. Going back to that well here. He's 25 to 1. I still like those odds. He's going to come through at some point. I've picked him a few times. Not always outrights, but I picked him a few times. He's going to come through at some point. Outright, plus 2,500, 9-unit sprinkler on that one.
Nice. I like it. A lot of action on that one. You mentioned him, so I might as well go into it. So I have Jason Day as well for my pick this week. I have a top 10 finish for him at plus 330, 24 units on Jason Day. And, he's kind of all over the board so far this season. But I think hopefully he can get his head out of the sand here and turn it around something this week. So I liked him as I think this is pretty good odds for him for a top 10 finish at 3.
Yeah, another reason I picked him is because his putting. I think he's top 5 or top 10 on tour this year putting, so that's another reason why I went with him. So again, like I said about Denny McCarthy, I think that putting, it could easily just come down to just who is the best putter for this week, and that's about it. I think ball striking is going to take a little bit of a step back as far as importance this week. So putting contest potentially, that's one of the reasons I like him. So that's good. I like that. What was it, top 10?
Mm-hmm.
Top 10, okay. All right, my last one here. I'm going with my pick, Nick Dunlap. Outright, he's plus 3,500. Did you say that already? Or no, you had a different pick for Dunlap. So he's plus 3,500 outright for Mr. Dunlap. 14 units on that one. I feel good. I got him in some DFS lineups as well. I'll let y'all know how I do on that. Probably, unless I do horrible. Then I'm just going to shut up.
You'll just know. Then. So my last one is Aaron Rye. I got him top 5, plus 450, 19 units this week, and like we already talked about, he's been playing pretty well, especially some of these bigger events where it matters. And as I mentioned earlier, I think this is a good tournament as ever to be able to get his first win and take advantage of a little bit less of a weaker field. I like how no one even touched Spieth.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. What was he like, 1,600, something like that? I want to say
17, 18,
yeah,
something
just,
like that.
I'm not touching it.
No,
need to see a bit of a flash, I think, and I just I'll tell you right now, he'll have like one round of like 65, and then he'll have like a 77 or something. Yeah,
I agree. Unfortunately, we're seeing some of these guys just kind of fall. Some of these icons that just led such a long time just start to slowly tail away. Ricky Fowler.
Kind of had a bit of that at Resurgence last year, but it's kind of fallen off again.
Yeah, obviously Tiger, but that's a whole different category. We're seeing it with a little bit with JT. A little bit.
I mean, he lost it. He's better than I would consider him a tier above Spieth right now. Yes, but still not super confident.
He could be heading down that road of that trajectory of kind of falling off right now. And him and JT are good friends too, and Ricky. They're all great friends. So maybe they got to figure out maybe less TV deals and advertisement deals and more golf for them. I don't know what it is, but
yep, we got 1 more week, 2 more weeks before the Open.
Yes, this week, the Scottish Open, the Open.
Okay, yeah, so 2 tournaments, including this week. Yeah, okay. All right, at Royal Troon. That'll be a good one. All right, that's all we got. Shorter. Yeah, we stretched it out a little bit. We found some tangents to go down. But that's going to do it all for this episode of Cactus Golf Club, or Cactus Golf Podcast. We've done that like twice, not like a month. Yeah. Cactus Golf Podcast, presented by Cactus Golf Club. How about that?
There you go.
And to make sure to tell your friends about it, like, comment, subscribe, and tune in next week so we can catch more winning picks.
That's right. See you guys.
Peace.